Hello, Swifty here. Welcome to 2v2 Arenas. Since Blizzard nerfed the 2v2 Arena bracket, I've been playing 2s for fun and also helping other friends out. Right now as Prot, I'm Armor Pen Crit Spec. With this spec and a full rage bar, I can do 4,000 plus DPS while stun locking and silencing the target. So you can pretty much take out a healer on a switch, or at least make him blow all his cools and get him on the next rotation of stuns, which is 30 seconds later. Here I get on the Death Knight and I try to build up some rage and wait for the druid to come out. So what I do is I pick him up as my focus target. I don't want to target him right away because then he'll know that I want to get on him and he'll start playing defensive. Usually a druid will cast 2 cyclones and then they'll cast a root. That's usually when I'll switch. Unless he's clearly out in the open where I can get a clear charge at him. Here I made the druid blow some defensive cooldowns. He activated Bark Skin and he started hotting himself up. I almost got him this time. But I have to switch targets and wait for my next set of cooldowns, which is 30 seconds later. While I'm on the Death Knight, I DPS some, but I try not to waste a lot of rage. I want to save that for the druid on the switch. I see the druid casting Cyclone on me, so I reflect it back at him, and my cools are up, so it's a perfect time to switch. But I don't target him right away. I wait for him to get out of the Cyclone, and I focus charge him. Right now, I'm yelling over vent for the Paladin to give me freedom. Double Warrior 2v2 Arenas. Varux, a skilled arms warrior who recently transferred to Darkspear, and me, Swifty, as Prot. I do Devastate normally, but I also have a macro that does Devastate and Heroic Strike both at the same time, and I spam that when I have enough rage. And that's why I love it so much when I have 2 DPS on me. When they're feeding me endless rage, I could just keep spamming that macro. Switching targets fast is really important. I have a macro to assist my partner whenever he calls out a target, like switching to a rogue. If I go down, usually my warrior partner will finish off whoever's left, and vice versa. Unless it's a Resto Druid, then we might have some problems. That's why we usually take out the healer first. We don't want to deal with a running Resto Druid. I tried to take the Seduce Pet out first, while Varux got on the Warlock. I use a Battlemaster trinket that gives you health, and I have it macroed in with Last Stand and Enrage Regeneration. The hunter in this fight scattershots me and starts running toward me, so immediately I know the freezing trap is coming. So I wait for the freezing trap, then I trinket it and get back on the druid. Three out of 3 improved Thunderclap talent. increases your damage by 30%, so I get to see some really nice thunderclap crits. Versus a Paladin Warlock, we get on the Warlock pet. Our goal here is not to kill it, we just want the Paladin to start healing it and the Paladin to stop so I can get a good charge on him. We usually try to make the Paladin come out and open, so we might pull the DPS really far away from him so he's forced to come toward us. The moment we see a Paladin out in the open, that's when we switch to him. The moment we switch to a Paladin, he starts running for a pillar. And if he manages to get around the pillar, it becomes a lot harder for us to get a shattering throw, to stay on him. It creates all kinds of problems. Right here I notice I'm going down. That little bit of health that I have left, that's my last stand, and it's going to be gone in a second. So I just intervene my partner before I go down. With the protection talent Safeguard, when I intervene my partner, he takes 30% less damage for 6 seconds. Right here, the Hunter's feeding me a lot of rage, so I spam the macro Heroic Strike Devastate for the added DPS. While I was casting Shattering Throw, the Hunter was DPSing me hard, so the moment the Shattering Throw was done, I popped Last Stand and went to defensive stance. And also Shield Wall. Usually we charge on this map to try to stop the healers from getting behind the boxes. The 3 little icons you see below my tune are in order: Shield Bash, Concussion Blow, and Shockwave, and I pretty much use them in that order when I'm trying to CC DPS a target. Shield Bash also dazes the target, so I could do a charge and a Shield Bash and it could be slowed down so I can get my other CCs. As proc, you can spell reflect for your teammates, and it has a 20-yard range. Here's a fun match we had against a Mage Priest. We really gave this Mage a really hard time in this matchup. Right here the Mage got too close to me and I Shield Bash silenced him. Most of the time when I spell reflect the sheep, the Mage usually trinkets it to get out of it immediately. So the next thing I do is try to get a fear off on them because they already blew their trinket. Incoming Undead Racial for the win. So I get on the Mage again to CC him. I do a Shield Bash silence and a couple stuns to prevent him from sheeping. Then I use Intervene Charge to get back on the Priest and try to get out of line of sight of the Mage's sheep. And here's a great AoE fear by Varux. He got everything in this fear. The Mage got feared down the ramp, and it gave us just enough time to burst down the Priest. Warrior is pretty fun. If you're an arms warrior and want to try it, get yourself a Prot Warrior partner. Make sure he's got some gear, PvE DPS gear, and about 500 resilience. I hope you enjoyed 2v2 arenas as Prot. Thanks for watching.